Well, welcome everyone to uh, our tutorial on using RBdigital. I'm Janine Brennan from Egg Harbor Library. I'm the interim branch manager, and we have Jess with us today. Jess is our building manager at the Crest Pavilion, and we have Morgan. Morgan is our communication specialist with the library and she knows everything.
I try.
You've
been running the pickup. You've been running the customer pickup lately at the
I've helped.
Surgeon
So
Bay.
I have a few hours where I go help do the pickup or taking orders.
Yeah, so she knows a lot. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about RBdigital, and RBdigital is a great resource. I use it for magazines, and I use it for audiobooks. And today we're going to spend a lot of time looking at the magazine feature because it's so great. And if you're not aware of it, I want to make sure you are aware of it. So that's what we're going to spend some time on. And then we'll look at the audiobooks too, because that's the other feature that we have. If you're using it from a different library, you might have more features. It depends. But for our library, we just have it for magazines and audiobooks. So I am going to share my screen right now. We're going to go on to my desktop. And let's see. Okay. The very first thing, are you seeing my desktop?
Yep.
Okay. The very first thing you want to do if you're new to RBdigital is go to doorcountylibrary.org and go to the downloadable library link right here. Click on that downloadable library link and you'll have everything that is in our digital library. Hoopla Digital, Libby, and today we're going to concentrate on RBdigital. So it's two former programs that we had are now combined into RBdigital. So the very first thing you need to do is to register through here. So you're going to register through the RBdigital. Okay, so you're going to register at this page, and I'm just going to close that up for a minute. So up here at the top, it says register, okay? So you're gonna click on register and you're gonna fill in all of your information. And the reason I want you to do it on this page, if you do it anywhere else, it won't pull up our library. So these are all the InfoSoup libraries that have RBdigital. So then you would choose your library and then fill in all of the information. Then when you log on, you'll have a username and a password. You won't need to put your library card in or anything else. You only need to remember your username and your password. Okay, I'm going to close that. Okay, so this is what it looks like on when you're on a computer. Now I have to say, I don't like reading the magazines on the computer here. The text is really small and it's very cumbersome trying to get the text larger, and finding pages is more difficult. So what I recommend is if you have a tablet or a phone, a smartphone, use it on that. So what you need to do is go to your app store or your Google store, wherever you get your apps, get RBdigital and log into the app. So, but the very first time, just use it to register on your computer. Yes, you can go in and log in. If I sign in, I can sign in with my information here. Okay, so now I'm logged in, and you can use it on your computer. It's just not as nice as it is on a tablet or a smartphone. So I am going to now switch over to my iPad. So I'm going to stop sharing right now. We have someone trying to connect to audio. Good. Okay. So anyone have any questions? All clear so far? All right. Okay.
So, Janine, maybe
Yeah.
real quick back up. So if someone doesn't have their Door County Library card, can they get one still online?
Yes, they can. So let's just go over. I'm going to share my screen again. All right. Okay. So are you seeing me?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm just going to, the very first time, let's move this out of the way. I'm going to go into Door County Library. Okay, and so I am just going to, all right, so right now this is being advertised on our website, and I'll show you where to go, and maybe if you don't see this, but renew or sign up for a card, just click there. And it will take you to how to apply for a card online. So it'll go through and you can register right here. So let's see, if you wanted to, see, I'm logged in. So it's going to be, Morgan, do you know where it is? If you're not, oh, online registration, never mind. There it is under my library. I'm logged in, so I was afraid you wouldn't see that, but there's online registration there too. So it's going to pull up that and you can register there too. So either place. And they don't ask for your driver's license. All they want to know is your name, your email address, your address, where you live, and what library you use. And I don't even think they ask that. And then you have like 30 days before you have to physically come in and verify all your information. Did I get that right?
Janine?
Yeah?
Barb just joined us. She's on her phone audio.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to review what we just talked about. So about getting into, I'm going to go to Door County Library. Okay, so just a review, because I think this is really important. The very first time you use RBdigital, you should log on and get it from your computer first, and then use it on your phone or your tablet or your iPad. That's the best way to use it, but you can use it from a computer too. But the very first time, you need to go here to this site, doorcountylibrary.org, go to downloadable library, click on that, and then it will list all of our resources, our digital resources. Today we're talking about RBdigital. Click on RBdigital, and the very first time you're using it, you want to register. So you click on register, and that's where you're going to put your library card information. Okay. Is that line in front of, do you see that, or are you seeing the whole screen there?
I see the pop-up.
I'm trying to move that out there. Okay, so you fill in all this information, username, password, confirm your password, your library card, put in all of your information here. You accept the terms, make sure you choose your library. If you go to like RBdigital.com, they won't have our libraries, they won't know, and it's too confusing to register that way. So the very first time, please register from doorcountylibrary.org. It'll make your life a lot easier. Then when you get the app, you would get the app at the Apple App Store, at the Google Store, wherever you get your apps, you would get the RBdigital app. And all you need then to remember is your username. and your password, and you log in. So it's easy. I have mine in my memory. I'm just going to show you on my laptop. See how I have my username there, and I sign in. And now see how it says Info Soup here? It knows that this is our collection. So it's really important that you do that. Okay, I'm going to leave my laptop, and I'm going to, okay, I have to stop share here. Did I stop the share yet? No. I did. Okay, good. All right. Hold on for a second.
I mean, it's amazing all the magazines you have access to. The New Yorker, that's a big one. I used to have the paper copy, and that's expensive.
Okay, so I'm
I
back.
found RBdigital has a lot of audiobooks too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to go through, and I'm going to first concentrate on the magazines, and then we'll go back and take a look at audiobooks. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on to my iPad, and I have RBdigital on my phone, and I have RBdigital on my iPad. So right now I'm going to use my phone because it's a lot nicer. I mean, my iPad is a lot nicer reading magazines on the iPad. So I'm going to now go onto my iPad. All right. I guess I'm going to have to do that each time. All right. Okay, so here's RBdigital. Everyone's seeing that? Okay, I'm going to open up RBdigital. Oops. Everyone seeing that right now? Jess?
Yep, I see it.
Okay. All right. So right here is our magazines. And right here are audiobooks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at our magazines right now. And this is what it'll look like when you first get on. And up here is all your, if you wanted to log out. But when you log in, this is what it's going to look like. So I am going to be looking at magazines. And right at the bottom here, did you see where it says View All? You can take a look at the whole collection by clicking on View All. And now I'm looking at our whole collection of magazines. And there's quite a few. Can you see there's like 5 pages of magazines? So there's Cooks is a wonderful food magazine. Okay, I'm going to go on to the second page. All right. Let's go to the next. Oops. There. Okay, so then it goes on to all the magazines we have, which are plenty. There's 156 titles that are that you can browse through. If you want to narrow,
is the date? Sorry, Janine. Is the date on there? Is that like the issue date then of when it was released? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you all that. I'm going to narrow because there's so many titles I want to narrow, and I'm going to go up here where it says search for. I'm just going to go down here to genre, and then here are all of the type of magazines I have. So say for example, I want to see entertainment. What kind of magazines do I have that are about entertainment? And then I search that, and it comes up with all of our collection that has to do with entertainment. So say, for example, US Weekly is a weekly magazine that's one of our most popular magazines that's being checked out. I click on that and see where it says right here, view all issues. So if there's a back issue you wanted to check out, you can. Now, there is no limit. You can check out a magazine, and I'll show you my collection. There's no limit. You can check out as many as you want. You can keep them as long as you want.
Wow. Is that normal, or is that just because of COVID, or is
No,
that's
that's just
wow.
So I just, before this presentation, when I was over living abroad, I was planning my house, and I used to get on a monthly basis through RBdigital the magazine Dwell. And I used Dwell to help me plan the house that I'm in now. So
Very cool.
I had all of the Dwell magazines that I had used were still in my on my iPad. So
Nice.
eventually they'll be undownloaded, and I'll show you that in a minute. So here are all of the magazines. So if I wanted to get a back issue,
Why Angelina tortures Brad?
oh,
That's a keeper.
all right. So say for example, I want this magazine. All I do is I then click checkout, and it's a back issue. And it will check out. Now, maybe next, I want to, every time there's a new issue of US Weekly, I want an email sent to my account saying, hey, there's a new issue for you to come and check out. You can then click here, automatically automatically check out the next issue. Oh, on some they'll ask you if you'll have to, this one is an automatic one. This is good. This you don't always see. What it usually says is it will automatically send you an email when there's a new one. But this, so when it says automatically, if this is something you want to read on a weekly basis, you can check that. That's really nice. So I'm going to say okay. And so now it's checking it out. And it takes a few minutes, so don't panic if you see it's taking too long. If it's really bothering you and you want to keep looking at more, just go out. And I always just close out the app and go back in again. And so now I'm back in again. And look what's there, US Weekly. It came in. The only thing it didn't do was download. So I've checked it out. And these are all of the magazines I've checked out. And I want to show you, let's see. These, you can see the dates I've checked them out. July 2016. Here's a Dwell that I kept, I still want to keep. March 2017. So I can keep them for as long as I want. If there's something in, like, this is Midwest Living, I love that magazine. And there's some cool places that I want to remember about. I can keep it there. So just gonna go back here. So here are my newest ones. There's some that aren't downloaded yet, and some I've already downloaded. So what you want to do is, when you want to read it, you need to download it. So you just click on download, and it will download the magazine. Now, I don't want to wait for it to. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Are you going to show us like what the magazine experience is once you?
Oh yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah. So I am not going to let Us Weekly download. I'm going to return it. I'm going to return it by just hitting the little X right here. That's how you return your magazines. So I'm going to hit the X, and it says return confirmation. Okay. So now I've returned it, and I no longer have that magazine. So when you look at a magazine, so I have Mother Jones here that I've checked out. So I'm just going to click on Mother Jones, and then I say read, and the magazine comes up. Notice how it's down here. If I click up here, it goes away. If I click down here, do you see where my mouse arrow is? Okay, it comes back. Then I can just go through the pages like this. And then when I want to read something, I click on it. I click on it, and it pulls it up. Now, you're saying, wow, that is so small. What you can do is you can take your fingers and with an iPad, and I'll show you this when, it depends on your device, but with an iPad, you can use your fingers to make it bigger. All right, and then read it like that if you want to. But the better way of doing it is go to text. See where it says text at the bottom right here? If you say text, it makes it in an easier format of reading. So now I can read, this is like so nice. So I can now read my magazine like that. Now, if I want to go to the next page, I'm done with my article that I've read, I just go to the next page, and there is the next article, and there it is. Now, isn't that nice reading?
Yeah.
See, I've clicked down here again. I'm in the what's called the PDF format. So it makes it a lot easier to read. I can jump back to the table of contents. For the table of contents in the PDF format, what it is has all of the articles for you. And then you can just go to the page you want to read. This is all of us.
That looks like an interesting article.
I know.
Wow. Yeah, the true crime.
Yeah. So at the top, okay, see it's where it says contents again. If you say pages, then it goes into as if it's a page of the magazine. So then I'm just going to go here. And then it's back, it's out of its PDF format. I'm going to go back into the, right now it's saying it's the text format. It's the computer, way of reading it. So, I mean, then I'm going from page to page like this. The writing is too small. I go to text and change it to PDF. It's really important to remember that you can just click down here and it changes. Oops, I'm sorry, I did something wrong there. Hold on for a second. Close out the picture. I clicked on the picture.
Oh, but that is nice that if you wanted to get a closer look at the picture, you could.
Picture, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're just clicking down here, and then it pulls up all the different, that I am now in the PDF format.
Got it. And so Janine, do these have like live links? Because I know some like digital magazines, they have live links where you click through and you can like, takes you, do you know at all?
I have not ever seen a live link. Morgan, have you?
I'm going to be honest, I've never used RBdigital before, so I'm excited to try it.
Oh yeah, it's a fun, and it kept me sane overseas. I can I'm over in Ecuador and Germany reading US stuff all the time because I have access to my RBdigital. So I'm going to just go into another magazine here. Let's see, we'll do, okay, and then read. So again, if it ever takes you too long, you're like, it's taking me too long, close out the app, and I'll demonstrate that again. But here's the magazine. And as you can see, we have the whole magazine at the bottom. What do you do to make it be better for reading? Does anyone know? What do you click?
Go to PDF. Go to PDF, right?
Okay, so it says text
Or
right
text.
now, and it's going to change it to PDF. So I'm going to click that, and now it's changing it to the PDF mode, and then it makes it a lot nicer to read.
Oh,
So-
Barb just asked me to clarify. I guess what I meant was hyperlink. Like, are there hyperlinks in the magazine?
Yeah, I knew what you meant. I'm going to go in here again.
Maybe we should all try some different magazines, and if we see hyperlinks, we can post comments on the videos.
I will. I'm going to go through and take a look. So I'm just going to pull up the Real Rome here, and let's see. I'm on that one, and then I click down here, and I say I'm changing it to PDF. And there it goes. And now I have the article. And you can just click on the picture if you want to look at the picture closer.
Oh, wait, scroll down. Did I see an underlined hyperlink?
Oh, let's see. Let's see. I have to close out my picture. There it is. And
We can all travel through Condé Nast.
Whoa. There's the answer to your question there.
Yeah, so I think that that's so cool with the digital magazines is that you can actually like click through and then go to the website.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
It's
very
interactive.
Cool.
mhm.
Very cool. I'm going to close that out. Go back to.
That just means there's going to be more wormholes to go down.
Right, exactly. You're just going to go further and further down
Yeah.
the rabbit hole.
Yeah. All right. So that is RBdigital. And again, when you're searching for a magazine, the very first thing you should do is click on magazine, choose your genres, because there's lots of different genres. Does anyone want to choose a genre for me to?
Are there any news? Are there any news ones? So if people are missing newspapers,
Yeah, current affairs, and there's not a lot. I was surprised. So I'm choosing that. And then once I've chosen that, you have to click this little magnifying glass. And so here are our magazines. Now I want you to notice that this Wisconsin magazine says 2018. So they stopped getting it, or it stopped being published. It's because there's no more issues after 2018. So we have the New Yorker. This is a Spanish magazine, and these others too.
The Atlantic. Well, and so is there, and I'm not sure that you would know, but like, is there a lag time of like, so could you buy the print copy before you could get it online, or do they?
Well, here's the New Yorker's on May 18th.
Oh, yeah, so that's a that's a future issue.
Yeah, so
so maybe it depends on the publisher.
Yeah, I'm seeing some May 1st, some so, and then the weekly ones are pretty, there's a couple of weekly ones. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So it's going to take a while because it's not, well, now it's downloaded. That was pretty fast, but.
Just because you said something.
So now I have, I can just go through, because that was the very beginning. So I'm just scrolling through the pages. I'm going down.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Any questions about the magazine option?
No, I don't have any. Barb, do you have any questions? Does the download mean opening? Does download mean opening magazine? Barb, you're unmuted if you want to just ask. You can go ahead and ask.
All right. So when you can't open it unless it's downloaded. And if I open it, it will become downloaded. So if I click on that, and I go to read it, it's going to download it. So now it's downloading it. And now when I close it, you'll see how I'm going.
Oh,
I'm going to this arrow. I'm arrowing here, and see where it says pending because I left before it finished downloading.
got it.
Okay.
Well, and she just clarified that it doesn't get saved to the computer or the device. It just is in your digital RB
when I close it,
library.
you'll see. So if when you close it, yeah, then all the, so if I was in Taste of Home here, I'm reading it, and I choose text to become PDF, and, oh, wow. Yeah, that doesn't sound good to me, roast cauliflower with pepperoncini.
Now if we could just eat the food that
and wish there was a smell feature.
I think that they tried that back in the 80s, the smell-o-vision or something.
yeah, but then it sprays on you or something weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so Janine, basically what the Barb was asking is it's going to be saved to your digital downloads. It won't actually be on your device like as a document. It'll be in your RBdigital library, correct?
It's RBdigital app, and what I can do is we can go into the setting and see how much space it's taking up. But I don't think I never recalled RBdigital as a huge space grabber. But cool. We'll do that at the end because I have an audiobook to check out. So if I wanted to return a book, or a magazine, how do you return the magazine? Anyone?
Hit the X in the corner.
Hit the X in the corner. Okay, and my pending one is already done. So now I'm going to, I'm going to hit the X. Okay. All right. So, let's just talk about the audiobooks, and then we'll go look at the setting and see how much space it's taking up. Because some people worry about that if you have an older smartphone or.
Definitely.
Yeah, so we'll take a look. I don't think it takes up too much space. Probably more so than magazines, I use it for audiobooks. And I play it in my car. I run it through I have a car that you can plug it in and listen to it. And then when I walk, I listen to the books. So, but the thing is, with the magazines, it's unlimited. So if everyone wants the New Yorker, everyone gets the New Yorker. But with the audiobooks, it's, one person gets the audiobook and you got to wait for it to return. So I'm going to hit audiobook, and I'm just going to do genres here. And
would you say that this selection, how would you compare it to Hoopla as far as the audiobooks, like the differences?
It's okay. Here's my trick with audiobooks. Every state has a different, or every library has a different collection of audiobooks.
Interesting.
RBdigital. So I have a library card for St. Paul Public Library. And so when you look at my accounts, if you have 2 library cards, you can put both of your, let's see my profiles here. I think it's in profile. Nope. Oh, it's on my phone. I'll show you on my phone because I don't have it set up like that. But I have all my libraries on this page that I can go into. So
do you have to do that at the beginning?
No.
That you have multiple libraries, or?
let me switch over to my phone here. And I'll
Now we're
show
getting
you.
real crazy with our technology and screen sharing. We're bringing a third device in.
Yeah. All right,
That's
so
at the
now
library.
I'm going to go to my. Okay, so let me show
then
you for a second.
hang on. So,
Sorry.
but let's say you select the Egg Harbor Library. You still have access to all of the InfoSoup libraries, correct?
Yeah,
Like,
you're going to see it in the
so,
settings here.
got
Yeah.
it.
So screen mirroring. Oh, it didn't come up, the Zoom on the phone. So I'll just have to show it.
Well, you gotta go over to your share screen on the Zoom first and find iPhone, iPad.
Ah. Oh, that's right.
We're going to be so old hat at this in like another week.
All right. So, and then I need to go into my settings here. Screen mirroring, Zoom. Okay. It's funny because I have to show you with the mouse. It's taking a little bit. And then, so I'm going back and forth between devices. It's kind of crazy right here. It's taken a while to get in. Let me go out and in again. It's not wanting to do it. Come on.
Well,
That's okay, because I'm just gonna, let me say stop share here for a second. And I'm just going to show you up close and personal here. RB. And I'll just show you my phone. And if you see, I have a folder called, can you see the folder called Books?
mm-hmm.
All right, so it's all of my, everything there in a nice little neat package.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to go to RBdigital and then look at my profile.
Okay. Got it.
So the InfoSoup one has a different collection than the St. Paul one. So,
like, you can't have both on at the same time, or you have one or on or off?
One or the other. And you'll notice the one I have on is St. Paul. They have more audiobooks. And for Door County Reads, I knew that for sure St. Paul would have the book because not everyone's trying to get that book.
Oh,
so,
got it.
Yeah, so it's, I like to.
So there are benefits to being a super library user.
Yeah. So if you have, like my grandkids live in St. Paul, so I have a library card from St. Paul. You know, you can do that. You can have multiple library cards. Right, Morgan?
Yes. You can also, as a Door County resident, you can get a Brown County library card as well.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to go through and, oh, Barb she has one too from Brown County.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to now share, I'm going to share my, see if I can do this.
Oh, Barb also has one from Maui.
Ooh.
Hawaii?
How's their collection, Barb?
You get a suntan while you're reading the books.
Perfect.
All right, so I'm going back into RBdigital and just going back to audiobooks here. And so when I'm searching, I go in here and I usually like to do this view all, because now I'm just all, I can go through and look like that if I want to, but the best way is to filter. So I'm going to go into a filter and I'm going to say, I don't want to find any books that I have to put a hold on. So I'm going to say availability. I'm going to choose available. And then audience, I want just adult books. And now genre, I want, let's see. Okay, and now I'm going to search. And so now it's pulled up all of the available thrillers out there. And I'm going to take a look at this Alice's Tulips. And it gives a little bit of a description and then details, which is important. It's a 9-hour book. And for you people who like to travel, it's important to know the duration. Nothing worse than having a book, you know, keep going and you already are there. So I always like to get one that's the right, because what I've been doing with Lost Girls of Paris, I've been listening to it at my house. Now, I'm not in the car anymore, so, but I'd rather be in the car listening to books. Okay, so then going back, I can look through, and these are right here I hit recommended. These are the recommended books, the thrillers in that list. So I'm just going to, let's see, which one do I want?
Maybe, okay.
I'm going to check out this book, and I'm going to click, look what it says. Let me move my name here. Check out for 21 days. Now, if you click down, you're going to say, oh, no, I just want to read it for, and you can shorten it. 21 days is the longest you can have. So what I always do is say, set it so it's 21 days. The same for Libby. Always check it for the longest. You can always return it. But if the time runs out and you're still reading, listening to it, then you have to go back in a hold line if there's holds on it. So you don't want that to happen. So 21 days is always important to do. Then you click on checkout. Okay. And then it's checking it out. And so now I am going to say, okay. And I'm just going to show you what I've checked out on my, so here's my account. And in my account, let me show you that again. Let me go back. My account. And now it has holds. Okay, there's my holds. And go back.
What's wish list?
Yeah, I'm like, books you might, I don't have a wish list because I think it's ridiculous, but I would put it in hold if it's but a wish list, instead of just saying, hey, I'm going to put a hold on it, you can say, I'll read this maybe next year. I'll put it in my wish list.
We did have a question from Judy on Facebook, if her library card that she uses at Sturgeon Bay will work in Egg Harbor too.
Oh, yes. 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 All right. All right. So now I'm going to go here to, let's see, history. So you can see what I've checked out recently. And if you looked at my history for St. Paul, it would be a lot more. And so now I'm going to go back. Yes, checked out. All right, so these are the books I've checked out. I have the one I just checked out, and now see where it says download? You're going to need, before you listen to this, to download it. So you just click download, and it'll start downloading it. So you really make sure it's downloaded before you get in your car and using it, or hiking or whatever. If you're listening, make sure you download it. So I'm just going to return this one. And the same thing, to return it, I hit the X. And I say, okay, I returned it. All right, now I'm going to, it's returning it because I didn't want to download it. All right, now I'm going to look at the Rosie result, and I can hit play.
Arguments against the things that I didn't like. Unreasonable rules, aesthetic, religious,
All right, so to make it go,
and political positions presented as fact, favoritism.
and then if I want to look at the chapters, there are all the chapters there. And let's see, I can.
I really like the sleep timer function.
Oh yeah.
I usually do. If I only have 20 minutes, and then I'll sit there and like, okay, I'm folding laundry for 20 minutes. That's all I can do. Then I turn on my timer, and then listen to a book, and then move on to the next task.
So I'm okay. I wanted to show you if you needed to jump to a different chapter. Let's see. Let me go back.
And discrimination.
So I know I'm seeing here, you should be able to jump to that. Yes, okay, it'll jump chapter.
Chapter 25.
Okay, so the reason I do that is
Hudson was making excellent
I like to read and listen. So like say, for example, I'm in the car, I'm listening. Then when I get home, if I still want to read, I can read it. So knowing the chapter and being able to jump chapters to me is a real important function.
Interesting.
Yeah, so here is...
using the library application as a case study.
Okay, so any questions about the audio function?
Well, I think that it would be interesting to point out the speed function as well. So like if you you had a time crunch, you could listen to it
However,
like
she did not
at 1.5 speed, I mean, it's not as pleasurable, but.
No, I know. I don't like any of that.
Or it's something like if you accidentally hit it, because like my husband, one time he's listening to a podcast, I was like, gosh, they're talking really fast. I said, well, it's the playback speed. So if suddenly you heard that they're talking fast or slow, you may have accidentally hit the playback speed.
Okay, good point there. All right, yeah. That's like listening to me like computer language. So, yeah. So
he was top of.
It's an important thing though. If like you're having to read a book for school or something, and you want to speed read, that's the best way to kind of pull through something quick.
Let's see. We'll do 1.5 and see what it sounds like.
Class in New York. I said, I believe you. I said, not a genius. I don't think that's what he wants to do anyway. Do you have any preferences? I asked Hudson as we.
It's not so bad.
I listen to, it really depends on the accent. So like I listened to an Australian narrator once, and they just draw out their words a little bit longer than we do.
This is an Australian, this is read by an Australian.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Because Rosie Result is an Australian author.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool. So, Janine, question. What's that?
The Rosie books are really fun beach read, but a little, it's good. They're good books. There's a bunch of them.
Okay. Well, and I guess you're probably going to get to this, but so for when you put something on hold, what is the average hold length or?
Okay, so let's put something on hold. All right, audiobook. Okay, and then I'll show you. So we're going to look for something that I want to read that's on hold.
Maybe one of the Egg Harbor Book Club books coming up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to put a hold on this. Okay. And it will send you an email telling you when it's your time. But right here it says, what's your number in line? I'm number 2. So if it's 21 days, each person gets to it. So it could be up to a month, but maybe it could be in a couple of weeks. Because if you finish reading a book, it's a good idea to return it so that someone else can get it. Just like when you check out a book at the library. So if it's important, if you're, let's go back here and checked out. So if I don't, like if I'm done with this, I can hit return. And you'll notice right away it goes to a hold. So someone wants that book. So it's saying available for 18 days. So one person ahead of me, now there's one person ahead of me who has it for 18 days. They've chosen 18 days. All right, that's how long they want it for. But I always say do the max, do 21 days. Okay, so it's important to return the books if you're not reading them, which I'm reading other stuff now. So I have nothing in my audiobooks.
So is there a maximum of checkouts for the audiobooks? I know there isn't for the magazines, but
I've never, I mean, I've had a couple of audiobooks out at one time.
Or if you like breeze through, really fast, then, you know, are they,
need to return them as soon as you're done reading them so someone else can get them. Yeah, it's not a good idea to have a lot of audiobooks sitting.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you, let's say that you have a big project where you listen to one and then you return it, and you listen to one and you return it. Do you know if there's a maximum of how many you can consume?
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I don't know.
Okay.
So I can find out, and I'll put it in the Facebook feed, but I'd have to look that up. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, any questions from, I'm going to stop the share and see if you have any questions. All right.
From Facebook, people just wondered if this will be shown again. And so it will be on the Press Facebook page in their videos to rewatch. And then we'll also have it on both the Cress's and the Door County Library's YouTube channels at a later date here. So you'll be able to rewatch.
Yeah, and I think that it's especially important that people watch the beginning so they know not to go right to RBdigital, but go through the Door County Library site, because that's a pretty crucial part of it.
Yeah, because people come in the library and that's when they're all frustrated. They've tried to they've downloaded the app and they're trying to register from the app and they're so frustrated. So that's why I say register everything from the computer, from the Door County Library site. It's the best place to do it. Okay, what do you think?
Well, I think that you covered it. I think it's great.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for coming, and hope to see people pretty soon. You never know.
And Morgan, what events are coming up for the library?
We have the Egg Harbor Book Club is next Thursday.
No, not next Thursday.
Following Thursday?
It's the
28th.
28th.
Oh gosh, I'm a week ahead in my head already. Sorry, everyone. It's the fourth Thursday of the month. So, and it's the Lost Girls of Paris, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
we have the author coming.
That's going to be so awesome.
I know.
So
oh my gosh, she sounds fascinating.
That's going to be a Zoom Facebook Live again.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a closed group on our Facebook page at the library for the Egg Harbor book discussion. So you'll want to join in there. Janine shares a lot of neat articles and interviews and that sort of thing. So I think you just posted a bunch of those actually.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. And then next week, Thursday, this is what was on my mind. We have John Harris coming to speak virtually on, he does a history book discussion twice a year at the Sturgeon Bay branch. And he's going to be discussing The Woman Who Smashed Codes. And that's a nonfiction book about World War I and World War II. And I'm listening to it myself and I'm trying to remember the name, but it's Elizabeth Feingold or Feinstein and her husband were the originators or the creators of the code-breaking cipher units of the U.S. intelligence agencies. And so he's going to be discussing the history of that. And so that will be a interesting program that's going to be on Thursday next week at 1 p.m. on the Door County Library page. So you'll want to join us for that. And
I have something. We have on Monday, Jess and I are going to go at it on our favorite RBdigital movies or TV shows. And we also have Mushroom Farm Tour coming up, don't we, Jess? When is that?
That's on Thursday after the history book talk at 2:00. So that's a tour of Wildwood mushroom farms. They're in Sister Bay, a family that raises mushrooms. So you'll get to see how they do that and then get a tour of the farm.
Yeah, so lots of good stuff going on. And we're working on summer programming. So you might start seeing some information. We're going to have a new app that people will be able to download and keep track of their reading and also have different activities and that sort of thing. So we're hoping to get that all set up and running by June 15th. But you might start seeing some of that information coming out in the next few weeks. But that's my teaser on that. I can't.
Okay, great. Okay, well, everyone, thanks for joining us today, and hope to see you sometime in the future. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.